Hi, Nick Pendleton here. I am currently working on, well, Leo's under the table. You may hear him chuff every once in a while. Currently working on issue 2 of Feral Boy and Gilgamesh, The End of the World. And this is a test video. I wanted to start sharing some of my artistic process, things like that online. And I felt that the best way to do that would be just to do a series of simple videos and release one a week and see how that goes. See if anybody cares to see more of that stuff. I can watch artist videos all day. I can watch any artist sitting and inking. I'm fascinated with the materials they use. Just watching them draw, watching the drawings come together. Maybe, hopefully gleaning a little bit of technique and things like that. So anyway, the main stories, the main 20 pages of story are done, are completed. They have been inked and scanned and clean and in the process of cleanup and lettering. But right now, I am actually working on a pinup. I'm going to try to put a lot of pinups in issue 2. I want to try to beef up the page count since Feral Boy and Gilgamesh is published in magazine format rather than standard comic book format. I want to increase the page count and give it more of that old school magazine feel. And when I say old school magazine, I mean Savage Sword of Conan, from especially the issues from the 80s when I grew up. I used to actually grab these off of newsstand at the pharmacy. No subscriptions for things like this. So anyway, one of my favorite artists, I'm flipping through, and as you can see, in the contents page, I have used, you could say swiped or homaged or whatever, the contents page format for Feral Boy and Gilgamesh at the End of the World, and I'm using this format for the 6-issue series. So I decided to flip through some and say, hey, how had they in the day done the layouts for the books? And I was looking for, so I'm looking to do a frontispiece like this, which is a full bleed ink drawing. I believe this is Rudy Nebres. Yep, and his inside back cover is also a beautiful, just beautifully inked, rendered, I mean, just the most gorgeous work by Rudy Nebres, Conan work especially. This stuff, this original art, the value of it's astronomical. People love his work, and for obvious reason. I mean, this kind of skill, I feel like today is lost in a lot of ways. Because my contention is these old guys like Buscema and those guys, Gary Quapis, these guys are traditional illustrators. They're old school classical illustrators, and they just don't teach classical illustration anymore. So anyway, I love this layout. I thought it was really great. It's an X layout with some nice movement, some beautiful, beautiful depth in a lot of chiaroscuro, a lot of blacks and whites. So I decided that I would, again, homage or swipe, whatever you want to say, this composition to do my own full bleed black and white pinup piece. Excuse me, for issue 2. And here I've done the original, or the blue line. This is usually just the blue line sketch. Since I'm such a heavy-handed I draw such heavy-handedly, I'll do this heavy blue line, and then I will go over it in pencil. I don't know if you can see this very well, because blue line is made to drop out. So anyway, these two characters, this is Dance Girl and the Lap Wolf. You can't make them out probably very well at this point. In the next video, I'm going to start penciling this in. I'm going to just go in with traditional graphite pencil, and I'm going to start laying in the detail and maybe start laying out where the dark tones. I'm already starting to figure out where the blacks, spotting the blacks in this. So in the next video, we're going to start penciling, and then hopefully the next video after that, the penciling will be completed, and then we'll go into inks, and we'll talk a little bit about this process. A friend of mine introduced me to that has worked really well and has definitely sped up my my output, which was always been an issue of finding the time and the energy to put out the work, and that's always the key. It's you don't have to be the best, you just have to do the work, and you have to be sincere, and you have to try your best. So that's hopefully what we're going to see is by the end of this video series, we'll see a fully inked and hopefully pre-pressed print ready illustration. So please join me for the next episode and leave a comment, or be sure to visit feralboyandgilgamesh.com. First issue is out. Well, it should be out now. By the time that this is published, the first issue will be out and available. It will be available online, and it will be available in digital format and in print. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.